A girl named Andrea brushes her teeth and gets ready for an interview. She is a simple girl who picks up some breakfast on the way and heads to her interview at a publication. Andrea gets there and asks for Emily, who is the editor's first assistant, who tells her that the previous 2 second assistants were thrown out after just weeks, and she needs someone who can survive there. Andrea asks Emily who Miranda Priestley is. Shocked, Emily tells her she's the editor-in-chief of Runway magazine. She says a year at Runway magazine can get her a job at any magazine she wants, and girls would kill for the opportunity she got. Emily gets a text that Miranda is reaching office, and everyone scrambles to be their best. Andrea is surprised to see everyone touching up their makeup and getting their A game on before she enters. As Miranda enters, Emily runs by her side, and Miranda storms her with work. When Miranda enters her cabin, she sees Andrea and asks Emily who is she. Emily says she's there for the second assistant vacancy, but she was pre-interviewing her and she wasn't sure about her. Miranda says she'll interview Andrea herself. Andrea introduces herself and says she'll be a good assistant. Andrea says she came here to be a journalist, but it's either this or Auto Universe. Miranda asks her if she reads Runway and if she knows who she is. Andrea says no. Miranda says she doesn't have any style and asks her to leave. Andrea says she knows she doesn't fit in there and doesn't know much about fashion, but she's a hard worker and will learn quickly. Andrea leaves, but Emily calls her back. She got the job. She celebrates with her boyfriend named Nate and friends Lily and Doug. She tells Nate that she doesn't have anything to wear and the girls at the magazine dress amazing. He tells her that he loves her anyway, and they kiss. Emily tells Andrea to come to office right away at 6 a.m. with coffee for Miranda. As Miranda's asking for her coffee, Andrea enters with it. Emily tells Andrea that they have to pick all the calls and have to always be at the desk. Emily leaves to give the art department the book, which is a mock-up of everything that goes into the current issue. It is delivered to Miranda at night, who puts in her notes and sends it to office next morning. Emily tells her that delivering the book is actually the second assistant's job, but Miranda is very private and won't let just anyone into her house. Nigel gives her a pretty pair of heels, but she doesn't accept it. Miranda calls her assistants. Andrea goes in. Miranda tells her to get skirts from Calvin Klein and gives her various other jobs and stares at her shoes. Andrea gets the point and changes into the shoes Nigel gave her. Emily gets there and tells her that she will manage the other jobs, but Andrea has to go get the skirts. Emily tells her that she needs to get some scarves for Miranda as well. Andrea gets there with all the stuff. Emily tells her that they will be beginning the run-through soon. Emily's friend gets there for lunch. They make fun of Andrea. When Andrea goes for lunch, she meets Nigel, who gets a call and takes her for the run-through. In the elevator, they meet the owner of the publication, Mr. Sachs, who asks Nigel how the current issue is going and what happened to the coat shoot. Nigel tells him that Miranda did not like the coats. He asks Nigel how much did that cost him. Nigel says $300,000. Mr. Sachs is introduced to Andrea, and he tells her that many of the girls would kill to have her job. At the run-through, Miranda doesn't like most of the outfits, but suddenly picks a dress. She asks for a belt. The stylist hands her 2 green belts and says she can't pick between them as they are very different. Andrea laughs at that as she feels both of them are similar. Enraged on hearing her laugh, Miranda tells Andrea that she could care less about what she wears, but her cerulean top has been picked for her by the biggest fashion designers who made cerulean collections. And that's how cerulean got passed on to the departmental stores and further down to the casual corner where she picked it up from. Miranda enters in each day and gives Andrea loads of work as she drops her coat and purse. Andrea has dinner with her dad, who asks her why she's working where she has to work till 2 a.m. He is tensed because she left Harvard Law for journalism, and now she's not even doing that. She tells him that being Miranda's assistant will open doors, and she'll meet a lot of other editors soon. Miranda calls her and tells her that her flight got canceled, and she needs to book a flight home before morning as her twins have a recital. Andrea gets to work and is on constant calls. She tells Miranda that no one is flying because of the tornado. Miranda misses the recital. She scolds Andrea and tells her she is incompetent. She says that she always hired the stylish skinny girl who worships the magazine. They usually turned out to be stupid, so she wanted to give the smart fat girl with the impressive resume a chance. But she was proved terribly wrong and is disappointed with her more than any other silly girl. Andrea says she tried to do everything that she could, but Miranda tells her to leave. She leaves the room crying. Andrea rushes to Nigel to tell him that if she does something wrong, Miranda is vicious. Nigel tells her to quit. Andrea says she doesn't want to quit. He tells her that she's working at the greatest magazine, and what they do is greater than art, because everyone lives their lives in it. She realizes that she needs to suck it up and get better. Andrea says she only wishes she knew a way to impress Miranda. Something clicks, and she asks Nigel for designer clothes. Nigel helps her and gives her some cool stuff. The next day, Andrea enters with really cool clothes, and Emily's friend compliments her. Andrea meets Nate, Doug, and Lily. They are very happy to receive expensive gifts and thank her and say they love her job. Her friends take her phone and try to tease her when Miranda calls her, but give her the phone back when she gets irritated on them. She leaves to do Miranda's work. Andrea goes to a high-fashion party to collect some stuff for Miranda from a designer, and he offers her a drink at the bar. There she starts talking to Kristen Thompson. She's little awestruck and tells him she's read a lot of his work. She says she wants to work with New Yorker Vanity Fair, and she writes herself. He tells her to send over her work so that he can read it. She tells him that she is currently working as Miranda Priestley's assistant. He tells her she shouldn't do that job as she's sweet and nice, but she leaves. Miranda tells Andrea to tell the designer that she wants to do the preview earlier that noon and to tell everyone else. At the preview, Miranda sees all the designers' outfits before they showcase them, and she tells them what she thinks. 1 nods is good, 2 nods is very good. She has only smiled once, and if she doesn't like it, she shakes her head, and oppressed lips means catastrophe. Andrea asks Nigel if the designer will change their entire collection because Miranda doesn't like it, and he tells her that only Miranda's opinion matters. Miranda asks Andrea to block a dinner for her. She has already done that. Then Miranda asks her to block an outfit for her, but again she did that as well. Impressed, Miranda tells Andrea that she will deliver the book to her place today. Emily instructs her how to do it. She tells her that along with the book, she has to deliver Miranda's dry cleaning. She has to let herself in and not talk to anyone. Andrea reaches there and lets herself in. She keeps Miranda's dry cleaning in the closet, and the twins talk to her and tell her to get the book up to them. She falls for it and takes it up, but she sees Miranda arguing with her husband and leaves the book and runs away. Emily tells Andrea that she might get fired. Miranda calls Andrea and tells her to get the twins the unpublished manuscripts of Harry Potter before 3 p.m. and gives her some errands. She rushes and thinks of Kristen Thompson, calls him asking him for the book. He tells her that it's impossible. Miranda tells her she needs Starbucks and the manuscripts by 3 p.m., and if she can't get it, she shouldn't bother coming back. She tells Nate that she's going to quit. He congratulates her and tells her she's free. Kristen calls her telling her he got the book and she can collect it. Andrea meets Kristen, who gives her the book. She gives it to Miranda, who is surprised. Nate gets takeout to celebrate her quitting, but gets upset when he sees her working. He says he doesn't like her new clothes and likes the old ones better. She asks him if he likes the top she's wearing then, and then asks him if he likes the bra she's wearing, and they get cozy. At a shoot, Andrea tells Nigel that her personal life is going up in flames because of her work. Miranda is in a meeting. Emily delivers something sneezing and coughing all the way. Andrea asks Emily if she's feeling fine, but Emily tells her she has to go to the benefit ball no matter what, as she's been preparing for weeks. She tells Andrea to drop something at Miranda's place and to leave early. Andrea is delighted as it's Nate's birthday. But Miranda calls them to tell them that Andrea will be coming for the benefit ball too as Emily is sick, Emily tells her to study the guest list. Andrea tells Lily she might be late to Nate's party. Nigel gives her a beautiful dress to wear. She gets to the benefit, enters with Emily and goes beside Miranda to help her. Emily whispers details about a guest before Miranda greets them. Then another guest comes to meet Miranda. She looks towards Emily for their names. Emily blanks out and Andrea gives Miranda their names and Emily thanks her. Andrea leaves for Nate's party, but she meets Kristen at the exit. He asks her to join him for a drink, and he can introduce her to New Yorker's editor, but she declines and runs home. She gets home holding a cupcake for Nate, but he is pissed and just says she looks pretty and goes to bed. Andrea goes to drop the book at Miranda's place, and Miranda tells her that she wants to take her to Paris Fashion Week instead of Emily. Andrea tells her that Emily will be heartbroken because she has been preparing since ages, and she can't do that to her. Miranda tells her that if she doesn't come, she will assume that she is not serious about her work. The next day, Andrea comes to work. Miranda is happy to see her. She tells Andrea to convey the message to Emily right then. Andrea calls Emily, who is doing Miranda's errands and meets with an accident when told. At the hospital, Emily tells Andrea she should have declined no matter what, but Andrea told her that she couldn't say no. Andrea goes to Lily's art show. She tells Lily that she's going to Paris Fashion Week. Kristen gets there and asks her if she will be going to Paris Fashion Week. She says yes. He invites her to his hotel. She says she will be busy with work, so he kisses her and leaves. Lily sees this and is furious. Lily asks her how can she do this when she has Nate, but she tells her it was nothing. Lily tells her she has changed completely and walks away. Just then Nate enters and asks her wasn't Paris Emily's thing. They have a fight and Andrea breaks up with Nate. She has a change of mind and calls him, but gets a call from Miranda. So Nate walks away and Andrea answers Miranda's call. Miranda and Andrea go for Paris Fashion Week. At an interviewing event, she meets Kristen, who says she still owes him for the Harry Potter favor. He notices that she is not dating Nate anymore, so he says he will send a car to pick her up. Andrea goes to drop the book to Miranda's, and they prepare for the lunch Miranda's organizing there. Miranda tells her to add some guests to her table. Andrea says there is no place, then Miranda tells her that her husband won't be coming because of the divorce. Miranda says that the press will write horrible things about her second divorce. She doesn't care what they write, but she feels bad for her daughters. Andrea asks her if she can do anything more for her. She tells her to just do her job. Nigel comes to Andrea's room to get Miranda's itinerary. He tells her that he has accepted a job as creative director with rising designer James Holt and is going to be a partner at the house who is going global. He says he has consulted Miranda about this, and he's very excited as he will finally call the shots in his own life. Andrea is very happy for him, and they celebrate together. Andrea goes on a date with Kristen. They go for a romantic walk in Paris, kiss, and spend the night together. When Andrea wakes up, she realizes she's late for work, so she rushes. But she finds a mock-up of Runway in Kristen's room and asks him about it. He tells her that Miranda is going to be replaced by Jacqueline, and he's joining her team. She leaves immediately to warn Miranda, who dismisses her. At the luncheon, Miranda announces Jacqueline as the new creative director to Holt, leaving Andy and Nigel stunned. Then, as Andrea and Miranda are heading to another event, Miranda tells Andrea that she is impressed by her coming to warn her, but she already knew and tells Andrea that she is becoming like her. Andrea says she's nothing like her, and she would never throw someone under the bus like how she did with Nigel. But Miranda tells her she already did with Emily. Andrea realizes she's right and leaves Miranda at the event alone, throws her phone in the fountain when Miranda calls her, and she quits abruptly. She meets Nate, who tells her about the new job he got in Boston, and she wishes him the best. Then she tells him that he was right, and she was turning into something she dreaded, for mere clothing, and apologizes, and they agree to keep in touch. Andrea goes for her interview at New York publications. The editor recounts that when he called Runway for a reference, Miranda told him that Andrea was the biggest disappointment she ever had as an assistant, but he would be an idiot not to hire her. She gets the job. She calls Emily and makes up with her and says she can have all the clothes she got from Paris. While walking past the runway office building, Andrea sees Miranda and waves at her. Although Miranda does not acknowledge her, but she smiles to herself once she is seated in her car. Thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all liked the video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to watch many more such cool recaps. And hit the bell icon too. Bye.